Hey guys, welcome to GNAG. This is a very special episode, a crossover, if you may call it, with our friends over at the Sith Happens podcast. Say hi, guys.
Hey.
Hello.
Uh, so names. I'll let you say your own names.
Alphabetically, I'll go first. My name is Micah.
I'm Amaya, and Micah was wrong.
No, I was not.
He's living that reverse life.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So, I wanna ask some questions. Well, first, I wanna preference that for my viewers, you may be wondering where Kaden is. We tried all weekend to get a schedule that we can all work on, but Kaden had way too busy of a weekend, so he was not able to be here. He was really sad because he wanted to get these two to team up and roast the crap out of me, which I'm sure would have happened.
I would have been so down for that.
Oh, I think you and him would have gotten along great. Like, I think you guys would have just been. It would have been hilarious for me, and for all the people who like to see me get roasted, which is most of my viewership.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
So, yeah, and for those of you on the Sith Happens podcast, I am half of the GNAG duo. I have a friend. He's not here. And
Yes.
so, couple questions for my viewers. One, so how'd you guys meet? How'd you guys know each other?
Okay. Do you want to tell it, or should I?
I'll tell it.
Okay, she'll tell it.
I mean, it's honestly not that interesting of a story, but
I think it's very interesting.
Is it?
I think my side's interesting.
Oh, okay. We're going like way back. Okay. So Micah and I both run TikTok accounts about Star Wars. Now I post like Marvel and stuff too, but and one of his videos came up on my For You page, and I commented like it was something about the Death Star destroying Earth, and I was like, God, I wish this would happen. And he was like, no way, you just commented. And I didn't even have 10,000 followers yet. I only had a few more thousand followers than him. At that time, he was like, no way, you just commented on my video. Like, your content's awesome. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then we followed each other. Am I missing something?
No, that's absolutely correct.
Okay. And then we followed each other, and then he messaged me and asked if I wanted to be in the Star Wars group chat. And I was like, duh, because everyone in the group chat was super fun and awesome. So I was like, yes, please add me. I want to be in that. And then ever since then, we've just been roasting each other via Snapchat and TikTok. And then we decided to make a podcast because why not?
Yeah, it was very.
That answers my next question of why'd you guys start a podcast?
Yeah, we just thought that we were funny, and we were like, we should start a podcast. And Micah was like, we should start a podcast, and I was like, okay. And
well, as someone who's watched for like the last 3 or 4 weeks, I will say I'm very entertained.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're entertained, because sometimes I have doubts.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe only we think that we're funny and no one else does.
Oh, I know we're not funny. We're funny to us and anybody who gets half of our inside jokes, but we have such a weird sense of humor that it's not surprising that nobody finds us funny. I come in, for my viewers, I came across these guys. I kind of explained it in either last week's episode or the week before. I think it was there wasn't a video last week, the week before that. So I had found Amaya's TikTok account I'd been following for a little while, and she had posted a thing on Instagram basically saying like assumptions you have about me, and I put or I commented on it saying, you're gonna watch my podcast. I said jokingly. She's like, if you watch mine, and that was pretty much that. And then eventually I was like, hey, would you guys want to do a collaboration with us? And she was like, yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. And here we are.
Yep, all three of us in a Zoom room, so we made it.
Yeah. After you were late and pushed our...
Micah made this whole process
it was supposed complicated. Yeah, it was supposed to be at I think 2 p.m. Okay, it is 7:30 p.m.
Listen. Okay, look, it's 6:30 for me. Thank you. But
so it was supposed to be 1 p.m. for you. Or wait.
I'm going to
that's right.
Kick you in the shin. Listen up, people. Listen. It's simple. It's simple as I was chilling in my college dorm because, I'm a big grown-up boy. And my mom was like, hello, Micah, I need you to come home and babysit your sister since her daycare shut down. I was like, fine. And so then I went home. And then I babysat my sister because on Friday. And then Amaya was like, hey, haha, podcast tomorrow. And I was like, oh, I forgot. And so then I was like, how about we do it Sunday? And then we were like, yeah, Sunday. And then we like discussed times and everything. And I was like, what it's looking like is that I'm probably going to leave around 2-ish, 3-ish, which puts me back, getting back around like 4 something, 4 or 5. And then we can go from there. And then I left at 3:30 like I planned to. And then my car was making nasty sounds. So I pulled over and then I opened my hood and then wasp flew out. And then I got scared. So then I got back in my car. I drove all the way to my grandpa's house, which was like 10 minutes away. I put more oil in my car because that was a problem, was that I needed to add more oil to my car. And there was no wasp, but I did see the start of a nest. I got rid of it. Then my grandpa showed up and he and I talked for like 10 minutes. And then I left. And by that point, it was 4. And then I had to stop for gas. So I went in and I was like, $10 on pump 4, please. And he was like, okay, have a nice day. I was like, thanks, you too. And then I get into the car and then I drive and then I get a text. And Amaya's like, Mike, are you ready? And I was like, no, I'm still 40 minutes away from the school. Actually, no, map says I'm 30 minutes. Oh, now I'm 20 minutes away. It's not.
It was an adventure.
It's not my fault.
It was an adventure. When you said you were having car issues, I just simply did not picture wasps.
Yeah, no.
Coming out of the car.
I knew it had something to do with my low oil. So I pulled over. I was like, yeah, it's fine. I'll just open the hood, put oil in, be on my way. No, I opened the hood and 2 wasps fly out of that thing. Like, like I was not ready. I ran away.
I think the only experience I've had like that is when a few months ago, I was driving to a coffee shop, coffee. And as I'm driving, for some reason, I looked up at the ceiling of my car and there was a spider on it and it dropped and fell right on my face. I about hit a pole.
I would have crashed my car.
I couldn't find
I would have crashed.
The worst part is I couldn't find the spider after. I couldn't find it. I spent 20 minutes looking for that thing when I got in the parking lot.
It's in your head.
Probably.
Spider-Man type beat.
Spider-Man.
Okay. Steal my joke.
I was repeating your joke. I wasn't stealing it.
So, WandaVision, because that's been your topic of discussion since it started, and I've been wanting to talk about it on my thing as well. So,
yeah,
theories for the final episode, huh?
Okay, well, me personally, I think White Vision and Red Vision might have like a showdown or something.
Oh, for sure.
And that'll be cool. And I think Wanda's gonna get super like primal, like very, very like predator type savage nastiness.
Do we think
Agatha.
Either of the visions are gonna survive?
No. I'm pretty sure both. I don't know. I don't see Vision living this scenario. I think he's still gonna be.
Okay, now do you think they're gonna do the demon shards of Mephisto thing with their children? Because I think that's where they're headed.
I don't know. I don't know much about that.
I'm not entirely.
I should have researched it because like in the very beginning when everyone was talking about it, like I should have looked up all of that stuff, but I never did.
Well, to briefly explain it, when she had her kids, because obviously Vision, he's an android, can't really have kids with an android.
Well, you don't know. We had this discussion.
Oh no, I saw. Yeah, and I don't know if you saw the comment I put on that YouTube video. You were saying like Vision doesn't have junk. Well, fun fact, Joss Whedon actually made Vision have junk in the original version of Age of Ultron. And then he immediately thought that, after seeing it in post-production, he immediately realized his mistake and they edited it out. But it was there.
What a shame. I really wanted to see some Vision balls.
Okay.
So did Wanda.
Oh. She did.
I was gonna say,
she already did.
Yeah. But yeah, in the comics, Wanda had actually she created her kids very similar to how she did. Well, except for the giving birth to them part. But basically, it turned out she had actually just created them out of nothing, which again she did, but they turned out to be later on demon shards of Mephisto. So they actually had to disappear because they weren't real. She created them out of demon shards. And that broke her even more, obviously. And then the House of M storyline kind of arose from that. She ended up killing Agatha Harkness, along with a multitude of other crazy things. Now, they did come back in a very convoluted way, as comics tend to do things.
Well, yeah,
So
you know,
they survived in a manner of speaking, but originally they were demon shards.
Huh.
interesting.
Yeah,
That
that'll be
sounds like
interesting to
fun.
see.
I mean,
Maybe
I want to know.
imagine your sole purpose being a demon shard.
Eh.
Stupid.
Which do you guys like better, Billy or Tommy?
Oh,
Tommy.
this is where we
Tommy.
started arguing. I like Billy better.
Dude, Tommy's so freaking cool. He's definitely the cool twin. He's got the long hair. He's got the drip. Billy be wearing sweaters out here. He's like Cody Martin. He's not
Billy?
cool.
I like Billy.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
Billy
you guys
is
are
like
lame.
logical.
Oh yeah, I've always related more to those type of characters,
Mhm.
like you were saying, Cody Martin.
Yeah, I always wanted to be Zach growing up, and then eventually I did end up becoming Zach because I started manifesting my personality based on loudmouth characters. So instead of being an original person, so you know. And
Yeah.
with that,
I mean, my character is basically Corey Matthews from Full or not Full House. What am
Boy
I
Meets
saying?
World.
Boy Meets World.
I love Corey. I love Corey.
You got his hair.
So. Like season 1, episode 4, whenever he tried to straighten it, that's what
Oh yeah. No, not the straighten. When well, actually, I was thinking after he kissed Topanga, and he's like,
Yeah.
I relate to that face.
Such a good show.
Every bit of it.
Never seen it. Sorry. I just.
It's okay. I'll let it slide.
Okay. Wow. So nice.
I'll give you a since we're just meeting, I'm giving you a pass for now.
Good.
I'm not giving you a pass.
Yeah, Micah doesn't have to give me a pass. It's okay. That's exactly what someone who likes Tommy would say.
Shut up, Billy
Team
lover.
Billy. Team Billy. Hashtag
Billy.
Team Billy. Yeah.
Imagine being if you're Team Billy, don't unsubscribe. If you're Team Tobby, shut up. If you're Team Tommy, unsubscribe, then
Tobby.
resubscribe because you're my favorite. Smash that like button.
Okay, well, my theory is that, and I don't know, this could be very wrong, but also I don't think it is wrong. And it's not really for the finale, but I think that Wanda and Agatha may end up teaming up and being the villains in Doctor Strange.
Oh.
I could see that. My theory is a little different. I think we're going to see Wanda have to come to terms with everything, and she's going to lose everything. She's got to come to terms with that. In the comics, Agatha actually is not a villain. She's a neutral party. She actually started out in the Fantastic Four comics, and she was the the babysitter or tutor of something of Franklin Richard, the Fantastic Four kid. And she, because she was a witch, protected him because he's a super baby. They gotta protect him somehow. So I'm really hoping we see some more. They've teased Fantastic Four elements, but I'm hoping they actually like show some.
Mm-hmm.
But my theory is that Agatha will Wanda will come to terms with everything, and Agatha is just kind of gonna go her own way. They'll like come to some agreement or something, and then I hope they do. I don't want to make Agatha a straight villain, mostly because the villains are typically like one shot, you don't see him again, and I really want to see Catherine Hahn again.
Yeah,
I love her.
She's awesome. I guess what I meant was like, because obviously they wouldn't make Wanda a straight villain either, just because.
Well, I think this last
she's
episode
been a hero, but
kind of like showed that she's not, even though every other episode painted her to be one.
I think they may be more of like a. Like they won't be. I don't think they'll be on Doctor Strange's side necessarily. Whether that makes them the villain or not is like. Well, I just feel like I see them teaming up because Agatha knows all of this stuff about Wanda's powers and Wanda doesn't know any of it. So I don't know. I just see her like teaching her about her magic and stuff.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Interesting.
So I hear that you have notes about the
I
episode.
do have notes for episode 8, the most recent episode. it just starts off by me saying that the episode recap was cool because I liked how they put in the scenes from Infinity War and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Those made me sad. I was like,
it did well. Yeah, it made me sad, but it was
This whole
cool.
show is sad.
It really is. This episode
it's
was
not
so
fair.
sad.
I
It's
broke
not
down
fair.
with this episode.
I almost cried, and that's like I don't cry.
Oh, I
So
do.
when I say I almost
Don't lie.
cried, that means
Don't
it's like actually sad. Well, I don't cry over like TV shows and stuff.
Oh, I do all the time.
Dude, when I went to see It Chapter 2, I bawled in theaters, dude. Not cool. Not cool.
Endgame broke me. I have never cried as much in a movie as I did in Endgame. I cried like 7 times.
I teared up in the movie. I never actually cried, but I teared up because that funeral scene has no right.
The part that like broke me was when Tony's kid says like the cheeseburger thing, and then Happy's like, "I'll get you all the cheeseburger." That callback, that broke me.
I
like,
didn't
that's-
cry. I think I was in shock and numb in theaters.
Oh no, I was.
I
It was
was
an
just like-
emotional roller coaster.
But when Peter, because Spider-Man's like my ultimate favorite character ever.
Yes, we know.
When Peter was like talking to Tony as he was dying,
That was heartbreaking.
I was like out loud in the theaters. I was like, oh no.
My favorite thing about that is that was not scripted. That that was all improv.
Yeah. God, Tom Holland's just amazing, isn't he?
Don't indulge her, please. Don't. Indulge
He's in everything now.
Yes,
We were
he
talking
should
about that
be.
before we started.
It kind of, I don't know, it kind of bothers me. Like, but at the same time, like, yeah, don't be typecast at Spider-Man. Like, nobody wants to be typecast as a certain character. I mean, maybe
He's
they do,
not for
but-
sure.
Yeah, but like, the fact that he's in everything annoys me.
You're just salty.
Well, I kind of agree with him to a degree because it's the same thing that happened with Jennifer Lawrence after the Hunger Games. As soon as
Yeah.
you saw her in that, she was in
Exactly.
everything.
Exactly. And that's why they boosted her up in X-Men, even though Mystique's not even a main character.
Nope.
And
But
they were
Tom
like,
Holland's
I think she
playing
was
the
good as it,
actual
though.
main character of Cherry
So,
and the devil all the time. And
okay,
I just
I
remembered
haven't-
an article that I saw,
Mhm.
or an interview with Tom Holland. He says that after the now named No Way Home, he's taking a break from being Spider-Man.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he wants to continue doing it, but he's going to take a long break because he hasn't had any time to breathe since he started, which he's like, I want to go skiing. I had a friend ask me about that. He's always asking me about things that actors say. And he's like, why can't he go skiing? Does he not have time? And I'm like, no, he has the time, but because of like, you know, they don't want their actors doing anything that's going to hurt them
Mhm.
and all that.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Like, I like Tom Holland. I do. I think his Spider-Man is cool. I don't know. I have trouble with the creative choices, but that's just me as a fan. But like, I like it overall. I like what they're doing, and I can't wait to see the next movie. But seeing Tom Holland's name in every trailer that I saw on the TV just bothered me.
Yeah,
Like,
he's got-
little.
What is it? Spider-Man, Cherry.
Mhm.
Spider-Man,
What is that
Cherry,
one with Daisy Ridley?
Chaos Walking,
That one,
Chaos Walking.
Uncharted. That's 4.
which is a lot for 1 year.
Yeah, that and
He's
like
just getting that back. Okay, but to be fair, Chaos Walking was like, so it wasn't even like, it's so old at this point, honestly, because they just kept pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back.
I didn't
And
realize it got
I did
pushed
hear
back
about
that
I'm
much.
surprised that we're even getting it this soon because it was not looking good for the longest time. So when I actually started seeing promo stuff for it, I was like, oh my God. Like we're
Everything's
actually
being pushed
getting the
back.
movie.
I didn't realize it got pushed back that much.
I didn't
Oh,
either.
yeah.
I didn't even
No.
hear about it until I saw the first trailer.
What he said.
I mean,
I'm normally up on
Gosh.
that stuff.
I don't remember when they filmed it, but it was supposed to come out in like 2019 or something. Like it
Wow.
kept getting pushed back.
Well, I mean,
So,
if you want to talk
glad we're
about a
finally
movie
getting
that's
that.
if you're talking about a movie that's getting pushed back, did you ever watch New Mutants?
Oh my God. I
That
didn't
movie
see
was
it, but
supposed to
that
come
movie
out
took-
in 2017,
It took so
April
long to come out.
2017.
Took so long.
It got pushed back 3 years.
Also Black Widow.
That too, but I don't.
I've lost interest in this movie. I don't think it can compete with WandaVision.
I mean,
It's-
I still want to see it because
Oh, yeah, for sure. But
and I think she was done a little bit dirty in the MCU. So I would love this movie to give her a little bit better character development, but it's just keeps getting pushed back and we're not hearing anything about it or seeing anything about it. And I'm like,
Well, so you know they're filming Hawkeye right now.
Yes.
Did you hear that Yelena Belova, the new Black Widow, is going to be in that series?
I did not.
I think I saw something about that.
Yeah, which makes sense because of the connection between. And I'm kind of wondering, do they know each other? Like because of the Clint's and Natasha's history, does she know her sister or
Yeah, I don't
sister?
know.
I don't know. That's a good question. Because, like, I don't know. I feel like since they have that level of trust, I wouldn't be surprised if he already knew about them.
I
But at the
assume he
same
would.
time, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't either. Because, like, we didn't even know about them. But at the
Yeah.
same time, we didn't know Clinton had a family until Age of Ultron. So,
I'm really, my favorite thing about the Hawkeye series is the casting for Kate Bishop, which I was very much in the circle of get Haley Steinfeld to play this role. I love her.
I love her too.
yes,
She's awesome.
I also love Haley Steinfeld. There's one other character. I can't remember her name, but she's blonde. I don't know. But I love her work.
What's she
And
playing?
I don't remember.
So you don't remember her name or what she plays in?
No, I just remember that I love her work and I think she's very attractive.
Cool.
Is she like younger or
Yeah, she's younger. Hang on.
was she on Disney or something?
No, I
Is
did
it-
see her in a horror movie once.
Wait, oh, is it the girl who played in Freaky?
Yes.
Yeah, you know she's going to be the new Cassie Lang. They recasted Cassie Lang and that's who's playing her.
I wonder why they did that.
Catherine Newman, that's what it is.
Yes, Catherine Newman.
Oh yeah, she's
love
great.
Catherine Newman.
That was a good get for them. Marvel's getting everybody. You know who they need to cast as Gwen Stacy though?
Dove Cameron?
No.
Oh. Sorry. Never mind.
The girl who plays on the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Oh wow, that's a good pick, honestly. I could see that.
She's a really good actress. And she even looks like Gwen Stacy.
I could see that.
Yeah, Spider-Gwen, I'm definitely for that casting. I love fan casting.
I think they should cast me as Tom Holland's girlfriend.
You're the
That's my fan
what
cast.
Don't
love
care.
interest have they not done yet?
They haven't done Gwen.
Selena Kyle or no,
Yeah,
not
they
Selena
have.
Kyle.
Yeah, there you go.
Nope,
Selena Kyle.
not Selena
Mhm.
Kyle.
Mhm. Felicia Hardy.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Getting my
Alicia Harding.
I'm getting my Marvel and DC fandoms mixed up.
Yeah. No, we haven't. I wonder if we'll actually end up seeing a Felicia Hardy in the
Well,
MCU.
We saw one in Amazing Spider-Man, as brief
Right.
as that was.
And
but
there was
yeah.
almost one in the original Spider-Man 2 as well.
Yeah,
But it got cut.
I want to see but we're getting the silver and I think Silver and Black. If you guys knew what that was about, I think
Mhm.
that's now going to be a TV show. If they're still doing it at all, I don't know. Like Marvel and Sony, like they finally are on good terms, but who knows?
They just need to. Sony just needs to sell Spider-Man. Too.
Yeah, I think Sony needs to let go because it's honestly causing too much problems.
The
But
thing
I know
is,
it's a real moneymaker too.
a lot of people are saying like Tony. My God,
Mhm.
can't speak today.
Yeah.
That Sony should be bought by another company like Apple or something. But there's a reason that they won't anytime soon, at least. Now Spider-Man is and Jumanji are their two winning properties right now. They're the only money makers they've got.
Right.
If either of those fail, they are dead in the water. They have to
Yeah.
sell, but they're not going to sell to like Disney or something like that because they're a Chinese company or Japanese. Which is it? I can't think of which one they are, but regardless,
Couldn't tell you.
like Asian companies like that will not sell to out of country. They will only sell to in country, or they will team up with them, like get financial support from another one. It's like a pride thing over there, but that's
Yeah.
why they haven't been bought out yet. For that reason alone.
No, yeah, I know that they won't sell Spider-Man, but they should.
Well,
I
if
really wish
they
they
get
Honestly,
bought
how
out,
much-
then Spider-Man's rights will return to Marvel. So
Yeah.
if someone buys them in the next like however long, we're good.
Yeah.
We got all the Netflix characters back recently, so that's nice. Daredevil and
want them.
Spider-Man 3.
Please. Just confirm that Charlie Cox was in Spider-Man 3. Just confirm it. That's all I need. I love Daredevil so much. Like
Such a good show.
it's amazing. And the Wilson Fisk is just glorious.
He will. Vincent D'Onofrio does amazing.
Yes, he does. He's
as him.
incredible.
I really want to see him return.
I don't know. I'm very disappointed that we haven't seen him in a part of the wider MCU sooner.
Well, that's on Netflix mostly.
Yes, it is.
They won't share them, which now they don't have to.
Yeah,
like Vincent D'Onofrio has always said like he wants to be in a Marvel property.
Yeah, he said he wanted to fight Tom Holland Spider-Man. He said that, and
I want that.
I want that. Like,
it makes me think of the ultimate, like early on in the Ultimate Spider-Man run, which is heavily what this version of Spider-Man is based off of. Also, easily my all-time favorite comic book run of all time, Ultimate Spider-Man.
I love Ultimate Spider-Man. I read the entirety of it in like,
oh yeah,
it took me a couple months, but I enjoyed every second of it.
To me, it is. I just figured out who you should play if you want to be Tom Holland's girlfriend.
Sorry.
You need to play Kitty Pryde because in the Ultimate Comics they dated for a while, and that was one of my favorite comic book couples. I love that.
I wasn't a fan of that.
Oh no, I loved it. My favorite issue of that episode is the Spider-Man annual. Ultimate Spider-Man annual #1. I love that issue. I have it on my bookshelf over here.
Isn't that like when they met?
Yeah, Kitty basically was sad about her breakup with Bobby, and she was like, she's basically just like, I want to date, someone nice, and then she's thinking about Peter and how they had already met, and she just called him up, and it was the most awkward phone conversation. She's like, "Hi."
Yeah, and the X-Men dropped her off.
It was so fun. I love that issue.
I don't know.
There you go. That's who you need to play.
Yes. I can't.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's her.
Kitty Pryde.
But no, like I don't know. The Ultimate Spider-Man, especially when he first like runs into Fisk. I love those. I love that hallway moment, and I can't remember which issue it is, but it's like right when he's about to escape like Kingpin's like big like building or whatever, and yeah, exactly, and like Kingpin corners him right as he's about to leave, and he's like, "What do you want from me?" And like, "Why won't you leave me alone?" And Spider-Man turns around and he's like, "You're so fat that your blood is marshmallow flow."
I love it so much.
He's such a child. It's like when he ran into Moon Knight and he was like, "These are mine now." And he's like, "Did you make these or are they patented?" And he's like, Moon Knight's like, "I made them."
So out of the 3 Spider-Man, I mean, we know who Amaya's favorite Spider-Man actors is.
We know.
What about you?
For me, personally, it's Tobey, and nostalgia plays a huge factor in that. I will admit.
Yeah.
But it's Tobey for me. I think he's great.
For me, it's been Tom for a long time, but I've been rewatching Amazing Spider-Man, and also I love Andrew Garfield.
I do.
I think if he had a better script, he would have been the best Spider-Man.
Oh, definitely.
He got the thing I love most about Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the comedic chops early in the beginning of the movie. Like he's just like, "Hi, I'm Spider-Man.
You can call me Webhead, and you can call me
just don't call me after dinner, all right?"
For dinner. Yeah, it's amazing. I use that. I dressed up as Spider-Man for Halloween my junior year. And I ran into somebody there and they asked me who I was under the mask because, I was wearing the suit and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, well, I'm your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. You can call me Spidey. You can call me Webhead. Just don't call me late for dinner." And they just looked at me and walked away. And I was like, "All right."
One of my favorite things is like, I can't remember where I saw it. It's just that thing about Andrew Garfield. He's just like walking around in a casual Halloween Spider-Man suit. He's like sitting on a wall. Someone gives him money. They didn't realize it was him. He walked away. He takes off the mask. He looks at the money. He's like, "Yes." Love that.
I think I've seen that.
It was big at the time. I just can't remember where I first saw it.
Yeah, same.
I don't know, but Andrew, I love the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Like, yeah, they have their problems. So does Tobey's. So do Tom's. Like, they all got problems. But like, I really do. I like all of them. Like, I don't have a problem with them.
I still remember the trailer footage of it's my weakness. It's small knives.
Yeah, amazing.
I remember that.
Also, I know a lot of people don't agree, but I love the Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit.
I think it was on
like a basketball.
Oh yeah. I don't like how they changed it. I mean, yes, I do like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit, but I wish they would have kind of followed in that unique pattern that the first suit went in. Then they're like, nah, everyone complained about it. Let's change it. I liked what they did with it. I thought it was unique.
Yeah,
Although
a
it
lot
made
of
it
stuff.
it
Sorry.
drew way too much attention to the crotch area, but other than that.
Yeah, it's you got to show off that Andrew Garfield package. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Get the fans swooning, right, Maya?
Right.
I mean, if they did that with Tom Holland, she'd be all
Oh.
she'd be all for it.
Peter
Is Tom-
Parker is like a 17-year-old kid.
Okay.
So
Well, he's
I
supposed to be
don't
eight.
think
He's
Tom in the
it's a big
suit.
He's
deal.
supposed to be 18 in this new one.
In the
Oh,
new
he
one,
is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at
because
that, Maya.
everyone's like he's not aging, and it's like he is, but
Yeah.
only by 1 year.
Yeah, the
He's just-
blip really threw a wrench into things. I
Yeah.
do wish that they would, and not because like I want him to be 18. I wish we could have seen a little more time. That's one of my criticisms of the Tom movies, because like
Yeah, the others
I'm
pass
not like
time
I'm
a
can
lot.
put my simping aside and say that he's still my favorite simply because he does, in my opinion, get to play the best version of Peter Parker because it's the MCU version. Like obviously it's going to be like better written, better produced and stuff, just in my opinion. But I do wish that we in Far From Home got to see him develop a little bit more. But I mean, I guess we have Spider-Man 3 for that, so I'm not complaining too much.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm pretty sure you and I even had that conversation in one of our episodes. How we were talking about like how Tom Holland's Spider-Man only ages like super slowly.
Yeah, because I think we were doing the math because he was 15 in Homecoming.
And somehow he was
And
17
then-
in Far From Home. But like, or no, he was 16 in Far From Home.
He
right?
was he?
He was 16 in Far From Home. Yes.
So
No. He was 15 in
in Civil
I
War, he
think
was
he was.
15.
I think he
Civil
was
War was
17.
15. No, he
He
was
was-
15 in Civil War, 16 in Homecoming. And
He said he was 15 in Homecoming because
no, yeah.
Tony was
So
like
he was
14-year-old
16
kid,
in
he's
Far
like,
From
"Okay."
Home, and he'll be 17 in the new one because the
I-
new one takes place in Christmas. So it's been about it's been at least about 6 months, give or like 5 to 6 months since the events of Far From Home, because we know this now. I think they're gonna start it out right where that end credit scene left off, and then it will do
That's
a
what I
time
was-
jump like
Yeah, I
all
said
the other ones
same
have.
thing. I think he was 17 in Infinity War. I remember doing this math.
Well, if he was 17 in Infinity War, then he would have been 17 in Far From Home
In
as
Far
well.
From Home, yeah.
I don't
Wait.
know. It's really confusing, and it doesn't help that they got the math wrong in the Homecoming movie too.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
they
the
were like,
stupid 8 years.
Why?
And then they went back and are like, yeah, that's not accurate.
Yeah, our bad,
Basically,
guys.
his Far From Home passport had his birth year as August of 2001. So he was 15 in Homecoming, and then that was his sophomore year. You turned 16 your sophomore year, so that means he was at the younger age. So then he turns 16 before Infinity War, or he like turned 16 later that year in Homecoming.
You've
And
really
then
done the math
Infinity
on this,
War,
haven't you?
yes, Infinity War is like a year after that. So he would have turned 17 after that, and then he's the same age in Far From Home. Or maybe he was 16 in Infinity War, and then he turned 17 before Far FromOme because there's like a 6-month difference. don't
He's
know.
somewhere in that area. He's 18
Yeah.
or 7. We know he's either 17 or
I thought about
18.
this a lot.
What would you do if you actually got to meet Tom Holland?
Oh my god.
She would die.
I
She
would
would die.
die. And I would try so hard. Cause like I
At least you know what he
obviously-
smells like, right?
Yeah, right here. Oh, why is it wet?
I sent your TikTok of that to my friend who also is very majorly obsessed with Tom Holland, and she asked me for the link to it.
I tagged it in my comment section. I was trying to light it earlier, but I don't have a lighter in my dorm. But I would try so hard to, because I'm like obsessed with him, obviously, but I'm not like a creepy stalker. Like I know that he's a person and he has like boundaries and stuff. So I'm like, if I ever meet him, I just have to be like so cool and just like treat him like a normal
yeah.
person.
I've
that's,
actually
like,
met a few celebrities.
what he wants. Yes, but my fear is that because I have met celebrities before and I've freaked out. And
What
I just,
celebrities
like,
have you met?
okay, well, it's kind of embarrassing. I met the lead singer of 21 Pilots because he's from Columbus, and his brothers his brother's high school played my high school in basketball. So I was literally just at my high school basketball game, and like Tyler Joseph was just there, and I met him, and I just like.
I actually met a Disney actor that exact same way.
Really? That's
Yeah.
funny. Who'd you meet?
You wouldn't know him. You ever watch Ant Farm?
Yeah.
Okay, he was like the main extra in a character. Like it was one of China's love interest in an episode.
Huh.
Like
I didn't watch it that much.
Yeah, I recognize, or I didn't recognize him at first, but I realized it. He wore like a specific watch and a pair of shoes in that episode. And he was wearing the exact same. And I asked him, I was like, "Are you from Ant Farm?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I live around here." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
That's funny.
I think,
but yeah, I like freaked out and like I cried after I met him, not while I was meeting him. But I'm just like, that could not happen if I meet Tom Holland, because Tyler Joseph probably thinks I'm the biggest weirdo stalker he's ever met. Like, I have to be better. Tom Holland.
You know, Peyton List.
Mm-hmm.
I met her when I was 15 or 16. I had like a huge crush on her growing up, and the funniest thing is like all my friends were like, "You're never gonna meet her. Shut up." And I actually won $100 or like $50 because I knew she was going to be at this festival that I go to in Wilmington, and I basically was like, "All right, bet. I'll bet you $50 that I'll meet her." I won $50 that day.
Dang.
But I'm trying to find the picture of it. Okay, I found it. Yeah, this was when I was 14. Yeah, I was 14 at the time. I look so creepy in this picture. I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well, but I look I look really stalkerish in that picture. It's bad.
Funny.
I still have her autograph. Like this autograph thing. I'm sure I have it somewhere. I don't know where, but I have it.
My picture with Tyler Joseph, I just look like a nerd, have like frizzy hair and braces. And
I just now came to a realization as well. You know how like Jesse spun out into the Bunked TV show?
Mm-hmm.
You know the guy, what's his name? The guy that Emma was interested in that show?
Yeah.
Like Kevin Quinn is his name.
I can picture his face, yeah.
Yeah, I met him recently.
Oh, that's funny.
I met him at a concert.
Like, how did it feel to love Peyton List?
The only other like real, I actually Peyton List twin brother Spencer, he actually follows me on Twitter. One of my 2 Twitter accounts, but the one that I always like to flex is Kendall from Big Time Rush follows me on Twitter.
Shut up.
I'm jealous. I'm so jealous.
Oh, yeah. I was a huge Big Time Rush fan growing up.
I still am.
So for me, that one is like the big flex.
Like
I've had a Twitter conversation with him in DMs. That for me was like Peyton List. Yeah, that was cool. This one was a flex.
Yeah, that is a flex.
Big Time Rush is coming to Netflix, and I'm so excited.
Oh yeah.
I love Big Time Rush. I adore Big Time Rush. I like them almost as much as I like One Direction. And
One Direction wasn't as good.
Okay,
hey,
listen.
Watch.
No, I love One Direction. Well, I like their solo careers, specifically Zayn's and Harry's.
I'm not. I wasn't a big fan of Zayn's solo run.
His was very stylistic.
Yes, for sure. But I adore Harry. I really do. I like his music. I like a lot of his songs. But I don't know. One Direction, it just kind of hits from. I spent years of my life being a closeted One Direction fan.
I was a closeted Bieber fan for so long.
Me too.
I love Bieber.
Yeah, Justin, all you, buddy. But like, I don't know. Like, sometime last year, I was like, screw it. I like One Direction. And so I started listening to them heavily at like the start of the school year last year. And by the time our Spotify Wraps came out, I was in their top 0.02%.
Yep.
So
I was in the top 0.01% of both the Chainsmokers and the other one is a band that my friend had my friend and I, we had very, very similar music taste. Everything she liked, I liked, and vice versa. She had told me to listen to 5 Seconds of Summer, and I was like, no, I'm not listening to that stupid boy band. And then back before I used Spotify, I used Pandora all those years ago, like 2015.
And Pandora.
Yeah, and it would just, it plays songs similar to what you like. And I heard Amnesia, if you know that song.
Oh my,
Mhm.
Amnesia
I
hurts.
was like, that is an amazing song. And then I
It's an
heard She
amazing
Looks So
song.
Perfect. And then I think I heard Heartbreak Girl. And then I had realized these were the same people, but I never once looked at who sang them. So I looked it up and I was like, no. No. And then I went
You
and listened to
fell
the
into-
whole
You fell into a
album.
trap.
I listened to the whole first album, then I listened to the entire second album, and I messaged her. She was right, and I actually went to see them in concert back in 2019. I was actually 3 rows from the front, dead center.
Dang.
Nice.
It was amazing. I love
I
their band
saw
now.
them. I saw them when they opened for One Direction because I saw One Direction in concert. So.
I'm mad because the concert that they were going to do next, I was going to go to because one, I love this new album, but two, the openers is now one of my new favorite. The people who are opening, called the band Camino, is one of my new favorite bands. Highly recommend that band if you like indie rock. It's great, and I'm so mad that like COVID canceled that concert.
Yeah, that sucks.
COVID ruins everything.
For
It
real.
really does.
This 2020, I'm done with it. At least we got WandaVision now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tie it full circle.
it worked out. We got starved of Marvel content for a year, and now it's getting shoved down our throats. So
Well, that they pushed Loki back an entire month because it was going to be like like that.
Yeah, boom,
and
boom,
Falcon and the
boom.
Winter Soldier. Look, I'm glad they did that. That's too much at once.
Yeah.
I am too, especially because with
Bad Batch.
yes, with Bad Batch, because we've got.
I'm gonna be overwhelmed.
so excited.
I am so excited.
Like literally, we're sitting right now with WandaVision. We've been sitting with that since January. By the time that ends, it's gonna be March. Then we're picking up with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and that's probably gonna run until about April, if not May. It depends. And then we pick up with Bad Batch after that, so that's more Star Wars. And then after Bad Batch, we pick up with Loki.
And then after that, we've got what is it called? What If? We got that
Oh
right
my
after.
Yeah, we
gosh,
have
I'm
What If coming
so
too.
excited for that.
And by then, we should have Black Widow and maybe the Eternal. Wait, is Shang-Chi coming before the Eternals now? Because originally Eternals was
don't-
first.
I
I
don't
think
remember.
Shang-Chi is next. Originally Eternals. Nobody knows what that is.
I just know it's coming out.
I'm a comic geek and
Thanos
I barely
people.
know what that one is. I know what it is, but only barely.
I know it has a pretty good cast. Like,
Oh, very.
so I mean, I'm excited for it. I just don't know that much about it.
I'm more excited for that one than I am Shang-Chi or Black Widow. I think
I'm-
Shang-Chi will be pretty good, but I love the weird cosmic stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't
Also,
know.
it might have Thanos.
Dude, if we get to see more of Thanos, I love.
It'll
Josh
be like
Brolin.
teenage Thanos.
Oh,
Oh, never mind. No Josh Brolin then.
no.
No, I think it'll still be Josh Brolin.
It can still be
Oh,
Josh
really?
Brolin. I mean, they CGI the crap out of him, anyways.
Can you?
Why not make him
CGI
look
the
a
crap
little
out of you.
younger?
Although that was some of the best CGI I've ever seen. Him in Infinity War looks so realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we know, like I love looking at stuff and seeing CGI done well, because then it makes me think there's no reason for CGI to be done badly.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
there's
Star Wars
Thanos,
prequels, take note.
like looking at like Thanos and Hulk and stuff, and like you can see.
Hulk is, especially in Ragnarok. I just watched
Yes.
Ragnarok yesterday, and I was like, it's just so.
Weren't you doing a
Good.
Marvel rewatch or something?
I am.
Yes, she is.
I
Are you still
just-
doing it?
Yep. I just finished Black Panther earlier, like about 2 hours ago, and I'm gonna watch Infinity War tonight, which is my favorite Marvel movie of all time. So I'm so excited.
For me, I think the
I'm
first
getting there.
Guardians is my favorite.
That's a
I,
great
that
movie.
was, I love Guardians.
I love Chris Pratt.
I think
He cracks me up.
mine is mine's either Captain America: Civil War, or Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I don't.
He's
It's-
All right,
two of the
Civil War is definitely towards the top for me.
Yeah.
I remember going back to the Spider-Man thing when that was. I wish they hadn't put that in the trailer. I knew it was going to happen. Like I knew he was in that movie because I had heard about it the moment that it happened. I didn't believe it at first, but I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, I remember that because like at the time that movie came out, I had fallen out of Marvel because I don't know, I just hadn't been watching or keeping up. Like I think the only thing I saw at that point was like 32 minutes of Doctor Strange. But like when I first like saw the trailer and I was like, oh, Spider-Man's in this movie. I was like, I might have to watch, and then I forgot it existed.
I watched Homecoming before I watched Civil War. I didn't see Civil War in theaters, but I saw Homecoming.
I saw
in
Civil War in
theaters.
theaters 6 times.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
I watched Civil War on Netflix 3 times.
Any of my friends will tell you, if I like a movie, I will go see it again at least 2 other times.
I did that with, gosh.
Endgame I saw 4 times.
Yeah,
Civil War 6.
I think I saw Endgame 3 times. I saw Far From Home 3 times. I think I saw Infinity War twice. And this is so weird, but Frozen 2, I literally saw like 6 times in theaters.
I think
that's the most, like, I've never watched a movie more times in theaters than I have Frozen 2.
Civil War I held that for a long time, but then The Greatest Showman came out and I saw that 10 times.
Oh my gosh. I love The Greatest Showman. I only saw it once in theaters.
My favorite thing is I have, like, you know, the posters they put up at the movie theaters. I got one of those because I used to work at one and my friends owed me a favor, so I got it. That is my favorite. That is my my dad's and my favorite movie.
Yeah, every time it comes on TV, I always watch it, and I like sing the songs in the kitchen and stuff.
The first time I ever walked out of that movie, and I went to see it at the theater my friend saw me at, they said that they have never seen me with such a big grin on my face. They said I walked out like this. Like, I was so happy. That movie makes me so happy to watch.
Yeah, I just went and saw it with my mom, like, over winter break, because we were just, like, bored, and it was just so good, and I, like, listened to the soundtrack all the time, and then when it was, I love Hugh Jackman. When it was available to, like, buy, I own the movie, like, on Amazon. Same with Spider-Man Homecoming. Those are the 2 movies that I, like, have purchased. But yeah, it's one of my favorites.
I've got a huge movie collection on my bookshelf over here. It's like 2 shelves full, at least, and they're all like 4K movies.
Yeah, we have. Wow. I mean, I have, like, my parents have a huge one at home, but, like, the only 2 that I own digitally are those 2. We have Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Mans, and I think we have Homecoming on DVD.
I have every Spider-Man movie on DVD except for the Andrew Garfield ones. And it's funny because, like, my the original one, like the 2002 Spider-Man copy and the 2007 one, so Spider-Man and Spider-Man 3, those are the original copies that came out when they were released.
Yep,
I only have
one
DVD. The only DVD I have like that, it's like the first time the 1982 version, like the original Tron came out. I have that one because that is my all-time favorite movie franchise. Nobody's seen it but me. That's why you guys didn't react to that at all. You don't even know what it is.
I know what Tron? Wait,
Tron.
what was it?
Tron.
Yeah, I know what Tron is. I just never seen it.
Nobody has.
Yeah.
And fun fact, Fortnite actually, like, did put Tron in the game, which doesn't make sense to me because every other time they put, like, Predator, Alien, anything in their game, it's something that's been, like, huge, like Marvel, Star Wars. And then they're just like, let's put in one franchise that nobody has seen. Nobody. But it's my favorite. So it literally, I hadn't played Fortnite in like 2 years. The moment that I saw Tron was in there, I jumped into Fortnite and I've been playing it since. I'm not kidding.
Nice.
We also have my dad. He has like so before the sequels came out, they sold like the box set of all 6 Star Wars movies. So we have that, and we also have The Force Awakens, but he hasn't gotten the last. He should have just waited, because they would have sold the sequel trilogy in like a box set too. So now we have, but he didn't. So now we have just The Force Awakens and not The Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker. Even though The Last Jedi is his favorite Star Wars movie, he doesn't even have it on DVD.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I have 4 through 6 in one little set, and I have 1 through 3 in another little set. And then I bought 7, 8, and 9. 9 was gifted to me. But so was 8. So I bought 7 on my own, and then 8 and 9 were gifted to me. So I just have them like singularly, like just next to each other on my shelf. So yeah.
So I just wanted to ask this because it just made me think of it. Out of the sequel movies, Rise of Skywalker or The Last Jedi? Most controversial question.
The Last Jedi.
Yeah, agreed. Kaden is complete opposite. and we had before I started doing a video version of the podcast. We did audio only, and we had a whole episode basically debating that.
I mean, I like Rise of Skywalker.
I don't. It's my least favorite.
At the beginning, it just like stresses me out because I feel like they introduce just like, oh, by the way, like Palpatine's back. By the way, Poe was a spice runner. By the way, Poe had a girlfriend. By the way, there's like this droid. I don't know. They introduced so much stuff at once that I feel like should have been introduced earlier. It just kind of stresses me out.
That one is my least favorite Star Wars movie.
After they introduce all that stuff and you kind of figure out what's going on, I do enjoy it. But I actually really like The Last Jedi a lot. So I like it.
I love the risk that it took.
Yeah. Yes, me too. Like for me, like I really like I wouldn't say I really like, but I enjoy The Rise of Skywalker. Like I can sit down and watch it, and I was pleased with the ending.
I can't watch it. It hurts.
That's fair. Like I understand why some people can't. Like it makes sense to me, but me, I don't know. I'm just.
No, I get it. I know why other people like it. I myself, I cannot watch that movie. I tried. Like, I'll have I'll watch a movie once, and I typically am in shock. Like I will make an opinion, but it's not a lasting one. So then my second watch is normally like okay, this is my official opinion. And I did not like it even more the second time. But then months later, when it came out on Disney Plus, I'm like, I'm gonna give it another chance. Maybe, it's had some time to sit. And that was the one where I'm like, nope, I don't like this movie at all. Now, I do love the lightsaber scene.
It's so cool.
That I love.
It's so cool. I don't know.
I was kind of opposite with that because when I walked out of the theaters from The Last Jedi, I was like, what the heck did I just watch? I didn't understand anything that just happened. But when I walked out of Rise of Skywalker, I was like, that was awesome. But then I rewatched all the Star Wars movies over quarantine, and my opinions definitely switched because I was watching the last one and I was like, oh, this is actually really good. And then when I watched The Rise of Skywalker, I was like, what is happening?
Yeah. I liked The Rise of Skywalker. I like the ending. The ending made me tear up. Like I'm very appreciative of it. Last Jedi, like it's up. Like if we're talking movies only, it's 3. It's number 3 for me.
Oh yeah,
it's a great movie. Like obviously it's beautifully shot, but like at the same time, like you said, I love the risk that it took. And people like to complain like, oh, Luke would never do. Okay, people get older, people change.
Yeah,
I understand.
Like, traumatic experiences can change a person.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Wanda.
Yeah.
Hello.
I don't know. It just like the whole movie, like where people say it doesn't make sense. Like I can understand criticisms, but like at the same time, I adore it. I think it's great.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm yawning a bunch today. It actually made me think. Have you guys been to Galaxy's Edge yet?
Sadly, no.
I'm mad because I had a trip booked in April, like last April.
Oh no.
And it shut down.
Yeah.
Right as I was about to go.
That's so sad.
I
wanted to build the lightsaber.
I'm very cautiously optimistic that I may be able to get to go in June. That's a big maybe because the reason why I would get to go is if I qualify for nationals for HOSA, which is an organization that I'm in right now. It's like a pre-health thing. So we have to make like this presentation and compete and stuff. So if we make nationals and if nationals doesn't get canceled due to COVID, because as of right now, states recently got moved online, but states are in April and nationals are in June. So hopefully it's still in person and we qualify. I don't think it's super hard to qualify for nationals. So again, very, very cautiously optimistic that I'll get to go because nationals are at Disney. So yeah, I just want to go so bad. And I tried convincing my dad too, because he's like a huge Star Wars fan. I was like, you can go to Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
World.
I was gonna go with my dad. My dad was gonna go with me because last time I was in Florida, it was not. I think it was like 2019. Yeah, it was 2019. I went to Kaden lives in Florida now for college, and I went to go stay with him because the flight that I had gotten was like stupid cheap somehow even before COVID. And funny enough, we had spring break lineup, but the best thing is Avengers Endgame was the end of that week. It lined up so perfectly. So we went to Universal, And then we got to cap it off watching Avengers Endgame twice because we saw it once the regular way. Then like 12 hours later, we saw it again at like 4 a.m. We stayed up to we watched it at 10 a.m. on Friday. Saturday at like 2 or 3 a.m. we saw it in 4D where you feel the movie.
Oh
That's
my
an
gosh,
experience.
that would have been awesome.
That would have been really
I
cool.
saw Infinity War in 3D, but I don't know if Avengers Endgame was even in 3D or what.
Oh, it wasn't even 3D.
I'm not a big
4D.
fan of 3D movies anyways.
No, but 4D?
It's just not
Do you know what
worth
that
having.
is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they splash water on you. There's fans blowing the sea. Oh my god,
It's
that
like the
was
Spider-Man
an experience.
Ride
Yeah.
in Universal.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I'm so mad because Kaden was gonna come the day that I went to Galaxy's Edge, so we were all gonna go, and I'm so mad I didn't get to go. I was gonna build a lightsaber. I was gonna buy one of them, like just the regular ones. I was gonna do so much stuff. Although now I'm waiting. Funny enough, bringing it back to Tron, they're building the Tron coaster from the Shanghai and Disney. So now I'm just waiting on that to come out.
I'm waiting for the Avengers campus
to
be built because there's a Spider-Man ride with the Peter Parker hologram and it's Tom Holland. Like, that's gonna be like meeting Tom Holland almost because it's gonna be a freaking Tom Holland hologram right in front of me. I want to go there so bad.
Yeah, I see your reaction, Micah.
My parents told me, they were like, because my friend Abby, my only hope, she lives like, we're like friends like in real life, like we go to college together, and they were like, my parents were like, well, we don't want to go to Disney World, but if you want to go with like Abby or something, then you can go. And so like I would definitely go with Abby, but I don't know if a trip would happen for us this summer, so we might have to wait till next summer, but by then it should be built, I think. So
yeah, and I'm waiting for next year because that's probably when the Tron was supposed to be done this year, but then COVID happened, so it's been pushed back like a year. So when that's ready, although I should probably go before then because it's going to be enough money buying a lightsaber, 2 lightsabers. But then I'm going to buy every piece of Tron merchandise in that gift shop. I mean, every piece of it. That is my favorite. Again, I'm a huge Tron fan. That is, I will buy anything that's Tron. I'm so mad. COVID ruined everything.
I know. Really good.
Micah, what are you thinking? You look like you're thinking about something.
No, I was checking the time. It's 7:21.
That's less than an hour.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like 55 minutes right now.
Something like that. We typically go over an hour, just a little bit.
Ours usually average out about 55 minutes, but I think our longest one's been like an hour and 5.
Yeah, that's what our last 2 have clocked in at, is like 105.
Nice.
We really drifted from my notes though. I have barely got through.
Do you want to do a speed run of your notes?
Speed run of my notes. Okay, Marvel intro still gets me hyped every time, obviously.
Yes,
and then it was purple for Agatha. And then we get to see Agatha's background story, which I really liked.
We talked about that in the last episode too.
Yes, because we were talking about how the Salem witch trials and stuff.
And at the same time, like, I wasn't expecting to get it so soon, but it's told us everything we needed to know.
Yeah, it made sense. And we got to see, like, she's powerful.
Oh, yeah. She turned full-on ladies into bones. I was not expecting that.
Drain their life force.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah. So that was cool. And then we cut back to them in her basement, and she picks up the fly. And there was all these theories that the fly is Mephisto.
Well, it was a cicada, but
it was a cicada.
Whatever. And she picks it up, and I'm like, oh my god, this is it. But then she just put it on Wanda's face and like tortured her, and I was like, oh.
The fly is Mephisto.
Yes, the cicada. And then we hear the kids screaming, and we're like, oh, so she
we're like, oh, thank God she didn't eat them.
Yeah, she didn't turn the kids into sandwiches and eat them.
I said that out loud. I was like, thank God she did not eat them.
And then I remember she takes her back, and there were some theories, and I didn't read too much on them. I just remember hearing some theories that lady in the commercials was Wanda's mom. I don't know where that came from or why that was a theory, but I saw a few people talking about it. So then, anyways, I just wrote down, oh, the commercial lady wasn't Wanda's mom because we're seeing Wanda's mom right now.
Speaking of which, the little girl shout out to her and her acting chops.
Mhm.
She
Oh,
did.
she was
Her
great.
facial expressions were
Yeah.
so good.
She
Her
was amazing.
smile matched Elizabeth Olsen. Like that was really
Also,
good
if
casting.
and this is just a side note, if Elizabeth Olsen doesn't win an Emmy for this show, there's something wrong.
Oh yeah, she deserves it.
She
Her
was
She's-
acting
good,
chops
yeah.
have been phenomenal.
like she was
Mhm.
already a great actress, but like this is like she's going to some limits here. and I
She
think-
literally played like basically was in 6 different shows, like in one show,
Oh,
like
yeah.
playing the same
Yeah.
character
And
in
that's
6 different
and she even
shows.
said like that's not easy to do.
Yeah, no,
Because
it's
they filmed them
definitely
all
not.
different ways because they wanted
Mhm.
to make them as decade accurate as
Yeah.
possible.
And so we're back in their apartment and we get to see, so then I was like, oh, we're seeing the origins of all the shows, which I thought was so cool. Like,
Yeah,
you
like
get to see her watching the Dick Van Dyke Show and watching the like this different sitcoms over the years, and I was like, that is
And, like,
really cool and creative.
they had a Malcolm in the Middle DVD in that box full of
Yeah, I
like,
saw that.
shows, and that did get me thinking though, like when was Wanda a child? Because Malcolm in the Middle was
90s.
90s.
Right?
Malcolm in the
Yeah,
Middle.
Yeah, because she was born 89.
89.
And they even like addressed that Elizabeth Olsen and her share the same birth year.
Okay, because I don't know, that just confused me because Malcolm in the Middle was was like prominent in like 2005.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know how long it aired. Well, and she was probably like 10.
She would have been 10 in 99, which
Yeah.
is on track with Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah. So it was probably like the first season or something. Maybe that they had.
I'm doubtful of this. I'm looking it up, but go on.
and then, oh my God, talk about a jump scare when the freaking bomb went off.
Oh, that
yeah,
didn't.
was
I
not
knew
expecting
that was going to
something
scare my
go
mom,
wrong.
and it did.
My roommate was in class. She was sitting. So this is my roommate's desk, and my bed is like over here. I was watching it on my bed, and my roommate was in class. So I'm literally like, it's all peaceful. Like it's zooming in on like Wanda's smile and stuff. And then all of a sudden, boom! And I literally jumped in my bed. I was like, like it's so dramatic with it because it scared the crap out of me. And my roommate like turned around, and everyone in her
Yeah.
class probably saw me do that in the background of the video.
That's-
But
That's another thing I was not ready for. I was not ready to watch children get bombed in this show.
I mean,
Yeah.
they did explain that in Age of Ultron.
I know
so
they did.
I knew it was
know they
happen. I
did.
knew it was going to happen.
yeah,
I was just
I
waiting
knew-
for it,
Yeah.
and I
I
knew the
just-
build up. I was like, oh, they're about to get bombed.
Like I
Yeah.
said it too. I said it in my brain because I was like, oh no, like I'm gonna have to watch this happen. But like at the same time, I just wasn't expecting it to happen the way it did. So I was still in shock. Also, you guys were right. I'm dumb. It started January 2000 and ended May of 2006. So that's what I was getting confused. So never mind. It's on track.
Yeah, it is. And then we like go. I don't know. I was really into this part, so I didn't actually take that many notes, but I just thought it was cool to see her get her powers. Obviously, I didn't take any notes about that scene, but wow, that was
It was interesting.
a really good scene.
Mhm.
And
Also, the new. I don't know if you like zoom and enhanced like I did on the, like I paused it, zoom and enhanced on like when she sees like the vision of her future self and how they're making a new like costume with the actual headpiece and all that.
Mhm.
I don't know why
I
they haven't
did
put
see
that
that.
headpiece because that they could have easily have worked that in. They've worked in way more stupid looking things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and yeah, they could.
agree.
And then we see her with Vision, and it's all cute. Love. And then we get to see, and I wanted to see this scene too, and I knew we would see it, the scene of her taking Vision, which we learned
Liar.
she doesn't
She
actually,
didn't do
because
squat.
Hayward is just Satan. He's
I
the
hate that.
worst.
Trust.
And I
Liar.
wrote, of course, his name is Tyler. I don't know why. Like Tyler Hayward.
You have something against Tyler's?
I think she does.
No, it just
She's not
makes
dating
sense.
any Tylers, that's for
Mm.
sure. Sorry, all the Tylers out there.
Yeah, if your name is Tyler,
If your name is Tom, though,
If
you
your
might
name
have a
is Tom
chance.
Holland,
Yeah, you might have a chance.
hit me up.
or in the words of Liam Buckley, Tom Ballin.
Tom Bolland. Bomb
Tom
Holland.
Bolland.
And then I just said F you, Hayward. This is all Hayward's fault. It's just a bunch of Hayward slander. And then I'm like, he faked the videos. He
And
did.
how traumatic is it that she had to watch his body get basically like That is absolutely
terrible.
horrifying.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Like literally, he was being like worked on and like dismantled, and Hayward's like, "Well, you wanted to see him, right?
Yeah.
Here you go."
And
And
she's
al-
also
now-
like, I don't know, it just was messed up. He's like,
Did
I'm not
anyone
letting
else
you.
find it weird that he thought that she could bring him back when nobody else had any idea of that? There's a lot of theories that he's being controlled by Ultron,
Hmm.
and that might have been why he was trying to bring Vision back online.
Yeah, because isn't there a scene in one of the cartoons where Hayward turns into Ultron or something?
Yeah, and then Nexus, while does mean multiverse, that was a call, that could have been a callback to earlier in Age of Ultron. Tony went to the Nexus, which was like the world hub of where Ultron was in, which I saw a TikTok
Oh.
about that, and I'm like, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
'cause
I
we
don't think
were-
that's what it is, but I
We
think
were trying to
that could be
figure out what
interesting.
Nexus was.
Oh, I could tell you. That's
in one
just
of the
like the
episodes.
multiverse hub. That's
Yeah.
the hub of the multiverse.
Okay.
Nice.
Well,
I'm
now
so
we
glad
know.
to have somebody here that actually does their research.
Oh,
I
I
know.
Caden hates it. Caden refuses to talk. Like anytime we've talked about Spider-Man 3, he hates talking to me about it because I know all these behind the scene. And then like I have our other friend, he's like, "Hey, Tom Holland came out and said Toby and Andrew aren't going to be in the movie. Why would he lie?" And I'm like, "You really don't think actors lie?" He's like, "Do they?" And I'm like, "Yes,
And yeah,
they
like,
get paid to
Yeah,
do
man.
that."
What's he supposed to say? Like, oh yeah, they're
Yeah,
in
and
it. Let me tell you the
my
whole
friend
plot
didn't
of the
understand.
movie.
My friend literally did not understand, and I get that. A lot of people don't. Like a lot of, but like it. But me knowing that, I'm just sitting there like, oh god.
Yeah.
But Caden hates it because I know, and Caden hates it because he's like, I don't want to know any of this stuff. It's spoilers, and I'm like, but that's what makes it cool because you know it, and then it exceeds your expectations.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm sure Toby and Andrew are going to be in there, or at least just Toby, if nothing else. And I know Alfred Molina and Jamie Foxx are going to be in there.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, yes, even if I know they're in there, that doesn't mean it's going to be any less cool.
Yeah, it's
it's
just
like
it makes me expect great things.
I had
Yeah.
heard rumors that Cap was going to pick up Thor's hammer, and it happened.
Okay, I
And
didn't hear anything about that.
I
oh,
didn't
I
know anything
know,
about that,
I
but-
know
Shock
some
factor on that
real. Oh no,
was-
I was hoping it was going to happen, and I had heard rumors, and then when it did, it was still just as exciting.
I would pay money to feel what I felt during that scene again.
I would
Like-
Chills.
feel again.
I can't even describe it. Wow.
Best that I was talking to Kate about it, that, and I saw it with him. That is one of my, like, if we're talking like if we were Inside Out, the movie Inside Out, and you have those core memories, that would have been a core memory for me
Yeah.
of just nothing but pure happiness in that.
Yeah.
And because my theater was jumping up and
Mhm.
screaming.
My
Oh, yeah.
theater started
Every theater
clapping.
was, dude.
Oh yeah, it was great.
That's
was
just
amazing.
like Luke. That's like Luke. No, I'm your father. Like that's that.
Oh, it
level.
was.
Which is so cool because like we didn't get to experience that in Empire Strikes Back, obviously, but we got our own like version of it with Cat picking up the hammer. So that's cool.
knew it.
And then we see some awesome brand placement from Buick. When she pulls up in her little Buick and is driving
Yeah.
through the suburbs.
You gotta love it.
I about broke down and cried when she's sitting there in the empty property, like you read the little note that Vision.
That's the part
like,
that
the
almost
deed.
made me cry. I was like,
if you don't feel any kind of way when you watch that scene, you have no heart.
yeah.
No.
It doesn't matter
It
if
was
you cry,
not
but
fair
if you
to
don't-
her. It was
It's
not fair to
so
her.
sad. She lost everything.
And the little
little
thing
heart.
on there, yeah, and that it turned into the calendar whenever she made her fake reality. Not cool.
Wait, did
Not
it turn into a
cool.
calendar?
Yeah, the calendar in the first episode with the
Oh,
heart.
with the heart
Oh.
on it. Shut up. You're so smart.
I didn't come up
That
with that.
no.
I didn't come up with that. I found that. I wish I was smart enough to find that.
I don't know if that's
that.
a coincidence or not, but I bet that's real.
Yeah.
Like, if it's not a coincidence, Marvel, not cool. Not cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome though.
Yeah. Oh crap. I was gonna say something and now I completely forget.
Nice.
Oh, I just saw people talking about online how like Vision can't die. And but he said to grow old in. So he was just like prepared to just like live with Wanda until Wanda died. But then
Oh,
there was
yeah.
questions that like what is Wanda's lifespan? because Agatha clearly has similar powers to Wanda.
Well, she
and
absorbed people's life force. Is how that's like what happened in the witch trials. Is that's what her magic was doing, was absorbing their life force.
Okay, that makes sense.
Nice.
And then we
And
see
for
Agatha with the kids, and she's like, "You're the Scarlet Witch," and I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, and that's another thing. I wasn't expecting to look at child being hung, but you know,
I mean, that's not exactly what happened, but close enough, I guess.
I was not expecting to see a child be strung up. Obviously, he didn't die, or they didn't die, but still, I was like, are you kidding me?
I'm just waiting to see that they're not real.
I know. I wonder what'll happen with
I
them.
think
I'm not
well,
ready.
here's the
Whatever's
thing.
going to
I'm
happen,
sure they
ready.
will come back, but I think they're gonna leave in this. They're gonna be the demon chart. They're gonna do that thing, and then in Doctor Strange, I think they'll bring him back since Wanda's a main character in that.
I think Doctor Strange is probably going to answer anything that doesn't get answered next episode is probably going to be answered in Doctor Strange, I think.
Yeah, probably. It better. Although they've said that Wanda's trauma is actually going to be the lead of like all of Phase 4. That's what's like the big thing.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know if it was true or not, but I did see that.
I'm hoping. I mean, I think it is. Like the fact that she's in this, and now that Spider-Man 3 is now a multiverse film, and then Doctor Strange and her being a lead member, like they've really run with this show. They've realized we have gold on our hands.
Yeah.
And it's honestly, I'd say it's top 10, maybe even top 5 best Marvel content. Like it beats out a lot of the movies.
Yeah,
it's great.
All like, and then it gives you like fan favorite, like Monica. I want to see Monica a lot sooner than Captain Marvel 2.
I love Monica. I know she's going to be one of my new favorite characters.
She and the actress is so good and so empathetic.
She's awesome. Yeah, love her. I was so excited. I was so hyped during the scene where she got her powers. I was like, because I knew she was, because there was already rumors about it, and then in the one episode when Darcy was like, it's rewriting your cells.
Oh yeah, we all knew.
I was like, she's getting powers, and then she got them.
Spectrum. Like, although I think we can all agree, best character of the show, Jimmy Woo.
Jimmy Woo.
Yes, absolutely.
The MC Woo.
Have you seen the Jimmy Woo song on TikTok?
No.
I'm gonna send that to you guys, but after this, because it is hilarious. This guy literally just made a whole rap about Jimmy Woo.
MC
That's
Woo.
so funny. MC Woo.
A lot of people are trying to like get him, and there's actually been scripts already pitched to get like I can't think of the show that it's compared to, but basically a show about Jimmy Woo and maybe Darcy as well, and they basically are going and uncovering a bunch of weird stuff in the Marvel universe, and I'm like, bet, take my money.
I would watch that.
I'd be down. I love Randall Parks.
No, yeah, he's awesome.
I've seen him.
I haven't seen Ant-Man and Wasp, so I never seen him before. It's one of the only. There was 3 Marvel movies that I've never seen before, and that was Ant-Man, Ant-Man and Wasp, Incredible Hulk, but I didn't count that one, and Doctor Strange. So I guess 4.
Have you seen any of those movies now?
Yes, I've seen Ant-Man and Doctor Strange. So the only one I haven't. Well, I haven't seen Hulk.
Did you notice the card trick thing that he did at the beginning? Like when he flicks up. So that is a reference to Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, I'd never seen him before. I didn't know he was in the MCU before.
Oh, he cracks me up.
When I saw him, I was like, it's Randall Park. I love him. And everyone else was freaking out because it's like Jimmy Woo and he did the card trick or whatever. But I didn't get that part.
Yeah, you need to watch it. It's
Randall
great.
Park. Yeah, no, I'm so watching Infinity War tonight, and then I'll have Captain Marvel, then Ant-Man and Wasp.
I hate Captain Marvel is one of my least favorite Marvel movies. I'm just gonna say
it. I love Captain Marvel.
The thing that it really I didn't like the movie in general, but the thing that really messed with me is like they just ruined the whole line of like last time I trusted someone I lost. That line.
No.
And then how they named the Avengers after her. That was so forced.
Maybe I need to rewatch it, but
I don't like it.
I thought the Avengers thing fit, but like you said, the last time I trusted someone I lost a night. Stupid cat.
They could have, because like
they could have.
Although
what does that even mean?
The de-aging technology was great, though. I'll give him that.
No, it was. The only thing that gave away his age is that when he tried to run, he looked like
he was like limping.
Did you know Samuel L. Jackson is 71?
Oh yeah,
that's so weird to me.
Just like when I found that out, I was like, shocked. I was like, time isn't real. Because, like, what the heck? How is he 71? That's crazy. He's like only a few years younger than my grandparents.
I thought you were gonna say dad for some reason.
My dad? How old do you think my dad is?
Oh, like 64? I don't know.
No, he's
42.
50, 52 or 53.
I think that I don't even remember how old my parents are. I know that's bad. Like, let me think.
My
I know what
parents are
year
like
they were
40,
born.
and that's all I
I
know.
think my mom's turning 50 this year, which would mean my dad is turning 53 because they're 3 years apart.
My mom,
No, my mom's turning 50 next year.
my mom
Sorry.
turned 40 last year, so my stepdad's 41.
I think my parents are in their 50s. I think, or late 40s. I've lost track, and I'm not worried about doing the math right now.
Nice.
And then the last thing in my notes is white vision. That's all I said.
White vision, white vision, white
So
vision.
now we have 2 visions. Great.
Do you know the story behind White Vision in the comics? Yeah, I didn't figure. That is a comic book character. Basically, in the comics, Vision was created, by Ultron and all that. And where his personality comes from is his brainwaves were copied from Wonder Man. Yeah, Wonder Man. His brain, and that's where he got his personality from. It wasn't a direct copy, but it was like that plus the hard or software of Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
They just switched Mind Stone and the brainwave patterns. Well, basically, Vision died, and he got rebuilt, but he was rebuilt as the White Vision, and instead of being like an android that had feelings, he was just a cold robot who doesn't remember anything, and yeah, so they're being true to the comics with that one, which I would love.
Nice. That sounds cool. I'm excited to see what they do with that.
So I think we should do the if we're gonna, because I think we're getting closer to what.
Yeah, we're running
your
at about
time.
an hour and 17 minutes now, so I think we should try it.
Yeah, so I think we'll do a segment of my show where we show off TikToks. Amaya picked one out for you guys, and I'll go ahead and show that.
Hey, you're in the cast of WandaVision. Do you have any spoilers for the season finale? Here's one. You trying to get me fired? You know how expensive it is to live in LA? If you look at a Whole Foods, it costs $28. You gonna pay for my plastic surgery, huh? I got an ass job, and it looks tremendous.
Okay, well, so Norm joined TikTok, and he was really active. He actually responded to one of my comments.
Did
so
he?
Because someone made a vision thirst trap or something, and he like duetted it, and they called they called Vision Zaddy in the edit, and he like duetted it. I was like, where's the Norm hype? So I commented.
He was like, where's my slow-mo video?
Yeah, I was like, we all know Norm is the real Zaddy, and then he responded. He was like, right, where's my slow-mo video?
I saw that. I was like, oh my god.
And now my For You page is entirely Norm thirst traps. So, but I just thought that TikTok, he's just so funny because he was in The Mandalorian too. I didn't even know that. But
Mm-hmm.
It was in season 1 when they're on the grass planet with the lady that he like almost falls in love with, and it's the 2 guys that like are in the woods, and then they like talk to Mando, and they're like, can you please help us protect our village? You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I know it. I knew that.
I don't think Micah does. I'll show him after. But
I didn't rewatch season 1 before season 2 came out. So
I did. That's the only reason why I remember, because I wouldn't have remembered if I didn't rewatch. But so anyways, he's just really funny, and I just thought that TikTok was funny because I think Tom Holland should watch that too. Like, you're trying to get me fired? Have a family. But yeah, I just thought it was funny.
He got a booty job. It looks great.
Yeah, that part cracked me up. I hope he got it insured.
Oh, yeah. Me too. If that thing pops, it's over.
There's way too many celebrities I know of that actually do have stuff like that insured.
Yeah.
Booty job.
Taylor Swift has her legs insured, I think.
Cardi B has almost everything insured. Because what's real on her anymore?
True.
Couldn't tell you. I don't know. I'm not Cardi B.
All right. Now I'm going to show my TikTok. Yeah, as we all know, it was Agatha all along, and that song it's just a straight bop. Like I was thinking the same thing this guy was, but I saw his video on my For You page, and I just started cracking up because I
No,
was like,
dude,
yes,
it's
true.
a vibe. Like,
It is
yeah,
a vibe.
I have eaten Wanda's children, but at the same time, that's a banger.
That the people who did the soundtrack for the show were the people who did the music for Frozen, right?
Hmm.
Yes, we did. We actually talked about that last week, I think.
You might have. I don't know if I remember it.
I don't remember, but I do. Yes, we did know that. That's the one thing we did know.
Yes.
So good.
Because I stated earlier, I love Frozen.
If they release this album on CD or vinyl, I'm gonna get it.
I think is it on Spotify?
I think it is, but I want a record.
Yeah.
I have a lot of records.
Nice.
Gosh, what was I gonna say? Oh, wait. Nope, I still remember. Oh, that song was slapped so hard, and the part that I really liked was that it's been Agatha all along, and I didn't know that Catherine Hahn actually sang that.
Did she?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was really her.
So that was cool because that's like my favorite part. I just thought it hit a little different, and then I found out it was actually her singing. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh, and I killed Sparky too.
It kills the whole mood in the song. That line.
So good.
Yeah, if they just took that out, it'd be a great.
No, I like it in there.
Well,
I think it's funny.
It's funny, but it's just like, oh man.
Yeah, I was like, God dang it.
I mean, we all knew she killed Sparky.
I mean, yeah, I remember seeing it was like, what if Agatha killed the dog? I was like, no, what if Agnes killed the dog? I was like, Agnes would never do that.
It surprises. I just love Catherine Hahn in this movie.
Yeah.
The first thing I think I ever saw her in was Bad Moms, which is one of my favorite comedies.
I saw her in Parks and Rec, and what I didn't realize that she was in is The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Yeah,
and
I didn't realize that
I
either.
used to watch that movie all the time. It's one of my favorite movies. And then I was like, oh my God, she plays the sister, and the sister was hilarious in that movie. So
she voices Olivia Octavius in Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one I knew.
Yeah.
Everything.
My bad.
So
yeah.
How do you guys want to end this? Get any final words or anything? Thoughts?
Not really. Good episode, great talks. I think we got more off track with you here than we do with just us two, which isn't a problem. For some reason, I was under the impression it would be different. I was like, oh, maybe somebody will actually keep us on topic. And
no, my whole podcast, the whole thing about this is on brand for mine because we are a very much an off-topic podcast. Like now, Kaden's always like, we need a topic and I'm like, literally all the podcasts that I love watching are off the rails. Like they don't have they might start with something and then
we try to be linear, and then at some point we
always start here and end here, but how we get there
in between is very strange.
And you see, I love that. And it's one of the reasons I like watching your guys' podcast because that's the kind of content that I like.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well, thank you.
I think it would be boring if we just
exactly.
Yeah, we.
I'm really glad we got to do this. Honestly, I didn't think it was gonna when I pitched the idea, I was like, they're gonna she's gonna ignore this, or they're gonna be like, nah, we don't know you, nah.
Well, you were the first guest because we were like, we didn't know at what point we should start doing.
Was that ever like a thing you had thought about doing?
Yeah, because we started with
times.
We started with The Mandalorian. We did episode by episode of The Mandalorian, and then we were gonna have this, and then we were like, we'll do WandaVision, but we were gonna have this break in between Mandalorian and WandaVision, and we were like, what do we do? And we were like, well, we could just take on different guests and talk about different stuff. But then we didn't end up getting to film during that break because Micah's internet.
I went home for Christmas, as one does, and it was really sad because we had big plans for Christmas because Christmas fell on a Friday, so we were gonna have we were gonna watch the original Star Wars holiday special, and we were gonna watch it together and react to it because I don't think either of us have ever seen it. I've never seen it.
I've seen 2 parts of it.
I need to teach you guys this Star Wars game that Kaden taught me. You guys will love it.
Both,
But
both of the scenes I saw in the holiday special made me want to die.
but yeah, I don't. Yeah, we had plans for in between Mando and WandaVision, but they fell through. So we didn't give a word to our audience at all. Whenever we came back, we were like, "Hi guys, we're back."
Did you like have somebody planned to come on, or were you just planning to get
Yeah.
somebody?
We were just planning.
We knew that our next episode was going to be the holiday special, but we never got to do the holiday special,
and like
so we just didn't get to plan the rest of the episodes either.
yeah.
So like, how did you plan on like finding guests? Were you just gonna get friends or?
Yeah.
Yeah, mainly because like she and I both have a good amount of
We
views.
have a bunch of TikTok friends, and
We also
like Dark Chaco does podcasts.
The thing that I hate about TikTok is anytime I post a video about any content that I want to talk about or like my podcast, it gets no views. I posted a stupid video of like there was this trend where this guy walked out in the snow and he like basically is like, my girlfriend said it was like 7 inches in the snow, and he puts a tape measure in the snow and it goes like 3 inches in, and he's like, man, I gotta stop lying to her. And I basically made my own version of that where I walked outside and there's no snow and I just stuck it on the ground and it got a lot of views, and I'm like, and then a while ago I posted a stupid TikTok about how there was Pokemon in Ben 10, and that is the one that got me like 1,300 followers.
It's always the dumb ones that
it's always the ones that take like less than 10 seconds to make with like zero content.
Yeah.
And it's the ones you work hard on that like are the ones you like actually care about that just
Well, I'm glad that I reached out and that you actually responded. I was not I honestly like I used to do YouTube back when I was like 15 or 16. I actually knew a lot of the big Minecraft YouTubers like I don't know if Stamping Longnose rings a bell. I knew Stampy. I played Halo with him and I was in one of his videos.
That's goated. I'm so jealous.
Oh yeah, I knew a lot. I knew a lot of those people. I still talk to a few of them.
Wild. Yeah, no, I'm currently doing YouTube now, and it's hard or whatever because I'm a college student with.
What kind of content?
Right now, since it's the only thing I know how to do semi-properly, just gaming, but I'm hoping to branch out. Like I've posted some Battlefront videos. I did Lego Star Wars once. I had a Minecraft hardcore series going, but I died on the 3rd episode, 13 minutes in. So that ended the series real quickly. So it's been 2 weeks since I've posted a video, mainly just because I've been trying to think of what to do next.
Kaden and I are planning on doing a bunch of collaboration stuff. Like we're going to start doing gaming. I miss doing gaming videos, so we're working on that behind the scenes. Maybe you guys will join. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can. I don't know if you guys are probably like, I don't want this guy back on here. He's like, he derailed us even more than normal.
No, it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. I didn't know what to expect really, so I was just kind of like,
same.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we had planned. I had been wanting to do like a community thing, like getting more podcast connected and stuff like that. And I'm glad that it, got to happen at least once. And I'm hoping it'll expand. And hopefully we can like do more minor, major crossovers again, or vice versa.
When we run out of Marvel content and everything eventually,
we're gonna have to go off the rails.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
we're gonna have to actually go
make
off
our
the
own
rails
content
on purpose.
But yeah. So
well, I'm glad it all worked out.
Me too.
Even though Kaden couldn't be here.
Yeah,
we'll have to try and do it.
Yeah, because I think, especially you, Mike, I think you'll really, you guys will get along great.
I can't. I'm eager to see.
He's something. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that.
But yeah, so.
Well, yeah, guys. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad to have joined you guys. Thank you to my fans, and hopefully the fans, if any, jump over from your channel.
Yeah, and same thing for us. I hope you guys go and take the time to check him out. Thank you guys for watching us in this very, very off-topic crossover episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And
yeah. And all of our, so I'll put everybody's socials in my comments and everything.
Right back at you.
Yeah.
And yeah, so how do we
I don't know because it's we're both doing it. Okay, you and I both started, so Amaya, you're closing.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Remember, we didn't get our comment below.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like, subscribe, wait. Comment below.
You do it.
Smash that like button. Subscribe. Turn on the post notifications. No, but actually, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm Amaya.
I'm Micah.
I'm Dakota.
And remember,
Sith Happens.
Yeah.
I don't have an outro like that, so thanks for watching GNAG.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.